Hello everyone, Fed here, and welcome back to another how to build video. In this video, I'm showing you guys how to build a working toaster. Now, you guys really enjoyed my working microwave. If you have not seen that video, I'll have a link to it in the description below. But I saw that you guys really enjoyed the working microwave, so I went ahead and made a working toaster. Now, if you don't know what a toaster is, it's basically just a toaster oven, but with limitations. You know, you can put your bread in there to make toast, bagels, Pop-Tarts, just small little things. Not as good as a toaster oven, but it will get the job done. Now, how this thing works is if I throw a bread into my toaster right here, I will get toast back, or I could get perfect toast, or I can get burnt toast. Now, I'm really hoping to get the perfect toast, so let's go ahead and try to get the perfect toast. So if I throw some bread in there, and did I get the perfect toast? Nope, I got burnt toast. Come on, give me the perfect toast, perfect toast, perfect toast. And I got just regular toast. Okay, I got one more try for this perfect toast. Please give me the perfect toast. I got burnt toast again. Okay, well, I guess they didn't want to give me the perfect toast. Now, you can't put anything in here. So if I went ahead and threw dirt in here, I will not get toast. If I go ahead and put cobblestone in there, I won't get toast as well. It has to be bread. Now, I don't know if your mom or dad ever told you this, but when you put bread or something inside the toaster and you can't get it out, and they will tell you, like, you know, don't use a fork or anything metal or you'll electrocute yourself. Well, let's see if mom and dad were right. So we're going to go ahead and try to ship out that toast that's stuck inside our toaster. So let's go ahead and try to get that out. And well, I guess mom and dad were right. Don't put a fork inside the toaster. All right, guys, let's go ahead and start building this thing. Now, you don't have to do the exploding toaster. You don't have to do that, but I will show you how to do it at the end of the video. So let's go ahead and start building this thing. All right, guys, so this mainly is kind of like a creative build since you're going to have to be using your levels and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and just build this thing right along with you. Now, you can do it on survival, but like I said, you're going to have to waste some levels to rename bread toast. So to start things off, we can go ahead and start building our toaster first. So we're actually going to need snow for this. So take out some snow. Take out a slab because we're going to need to level the snow the size of a slab. We're also going to need some armor stands. So take out at least 2 armor stands. And now you can go ahead and change the color of your toaster. If you want to use a leather cap and dye it, you can actually change the color of your toaster. But I'm going to keep it an iron helmet because most toasters are metallic. They're metal, so they kind of shine and glisten. So I'm going to be using iron helmets. Now we are also going to need a minecart with a hopper. And I'm just going to take out a few things right now. I'm not going to take out everything, but also take out a powered rail. And we're also going to need at least a piston and a block of redstone. And then we'll figure out our whole table, our countertop, and everything like that later on. Now, I want my toaster to go right here. It's going to go right here. So that means my wall for my building is going to be right here. And this is going to be the countertop area. This right here is going to be the countertop. So my toaster is going right here. So what we're going to start off by doing is digging down this one block. Digging the block right next to it. And then right here where your toaster is going to be going, we're going to have to place in snow the size of a slab. So what I do is I just place a slab down here. And then level it off with snow. So let's see, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of snow. See how it is perfectly leveled with that slab. We want it to be the same height as that slab right there. Now you can go ahead and remove this slab. Now right above the snow is where we're going to be placing in our armor stands. So right here's my wall, and right here's going to be my countertop. So come to this side of it, the left-hand side, place in an armor stand here, and place in your iron helmet. And then right above it, we're going to place in a block. So place a block right above your armor stand. And now we're going to face the armor stand this way. We're going to have one over here on this side. And then we're going to come over here to this side and place in yet again one more armor stand with an iron helmet. Break it, let it fall into place. And that's going to be our toaster. Next up, go ahead and just take out a block of any color. And you know, we're also going to need hoppers. So let's take out that. We no longer need our armor stands and our iron helmet. My guy put on the iron helmet. But we're also going to need a hopper as well. So next up, right next to the snow, we're going to dig down one more block right here. And we're going to go ahead and place in a hopper going into that block right there. Like that. So make sure it is facing into the block. See how the little notch is going to the right into that block. Now right above our armor stands, we're going to place in a block. Place a powered rail, or really any rail will do. It doesn't matter. Right above it. Make sure though it is facing this direction. So right back here, like I said, this is going to be our wall. This is going to be our countertop. So make sure it's facing this way. If it's not facing this way, just place in another block right here and place another rail right here and it will face it that way. So just make sure it is facing sideways like that. Place in your minecart with a hopper right above it, break it, and let it fall into place like that. Next up, I want you to choose a color countertop for your toaster. Now, I'm going to be using acacia wood, so I'm going to be taking out a staircase. You have to have a staircase of some sort for your countertop. So I'm going to be using acacia wood. Now, the reason why I say this is because if you put a normal block right in there, it will actually make your toaster look darker. If you don't care about that, then that's absolutely fine. You know, I'll go ahead and just show you what I mean. So if we place a block right above it, if you want to choose a full block for your countertop, it will change the color of your toaster. It'll make it darker. So if we place a piston right above this, and then we send power to it like that, boop, and then place it in another block and send power to it again, and then go ahead and break this block. As you can see, it made my toaster look darker. Now that's why I said use a staircase. It looks a lot better. So I'm going to be using acacia wood stairs as my countertop. So I'm going to come over here to the backhand side and place it upside down like that. Send power to it. Place a block right above it. Send power to it again. And then go ahead and break this. And as you can see, it is nice and light looking. It doesn't look dark at all. And that's going to be my countertop. And now what I want you to do is gently push that minecart over to the right-hand side, just a tiny bit. Don't do it too much. Just go boop like that and let it fall over just a tiny bit. You want to make it so when we throw our items at it, it will go into this hopper right here. So if I throw my item at it, boop like that, it will go into that hopper right down there. See, it went right into the hopper. But now that means we can't just place a block right here anymore. We actually have to push it down as well. So we're going to place a piston right next to this one. And then we're going to go ahead and take out an acacia block. So like I said, you can use whatever countertop you want as long as it has the color of the staircase. So you know you can use oak, spruce, birch, so on and so forth. So now we're going to place a block right here, send power to it, place a block right above it, and send power to it, pushing it into place. So that's basically everything for when you have to throw your items at it. So now if we throw our item at it, boop, it will go right in there and go right to the hopper. So everything is working perfectly. Now we're going to set it up so only bread works and nothing else. If we have anything else, so if you don't want to throw cobblestone in there and get toast, that does not make any sense. So we want to make sure that only bread works. So what we're going to need for this part is some hoppers. So just take out your hoppers once again. We're going to just need some normal blocks. We're also going to need a comparator. We're also going to need a dispenser, some redstone, and a redstone torch. And of course, we are going to need some bread. So just take out a stack of bread. All right, guys. So next up, what we're going to do is just dig down at least 3 blocks around this entire thing, just so we can open it up and see absolutely everything. Make sure you do not break the block underneath the snow, or you're going to have to place everything back in, and nobody wants to do that. That's extremely tedious. So just make sure you do not break that block next to this hopper. So right underneath of this hopper, we're going to place in another hopper going into that block right there. So place in another hopper right here like that. Then coming out of this hopper, going to the left-hand side, I'm just going to change the color up real quick. We're going to place a comparator going that way. And then what we're going to do is come behind it. Like I said, do not break this block or you're going to have to place everything back in, and nobody wants to do that. So we're going to come behind it, break these blocks here, these blocks, and just break out all of them right behind it. Place a block in front of that comparator. Now I'm going to change out the colors right here. We're going to place in 2 pieces of redstone. 1, 2. It's all right if it connects into the side of that comparator. It won't do nothing. Break the block next to it and place a redstone torch off the side. Next up, what I want you to do is break the block right here. Break the block underneath this hopper. And we're going to place in yet again 1 more hopper going into that block right there. So place in 1 more hopper going into that block. And now we can go ahead and just dig out this area a little bit more. And what this will do is just make sure that only bread goes into the system and nothing else. Next up, we're going to go ahead and take out a chest. I'm going to place 2 chests right here. Well, let's go ahead and just place 1 for now. This is where our bread's going to funnel into. Next up, right here in the middle, we're going to go ahead and place in our bread. So I want you to place in 4 bread right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then place in 19 bread right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, blah, 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 blah. All the way until you hit 19. And as you can see, it funneled down to 18, meaning there's 1 bread right here. Now that will make it so only bread funnels in here and nothing else. So if I went ahead and threw a redstone torch in like that, as you can see, nothing happened because the redstone torch will not funnel in. Only bread can go down there. As you can see, it got stuck inside that hopper. However, if I throw bread in there, boop, it will turn it on and off. And now there'll be a piece of bread inside the chest. Perfect. Next up, all we have to do is hook our comparator to our dispenser. So to hook up our dispenser, all we have to do is just place a piece of redstone right up here on top of this block. Another block with another piece of redstone. A block in front of the redstone. And then place your dispenser facing upwards right here. And that's where our toast is going to come out. So if I go ahead and just placed in anything here, let's go ahead and just place in armor stand like that. And I go ahead and throw my bread in there, I will get that armor stand. So boop. And there goes the armor stand. Perfect. So now all we have to do is just rename our bread toast, perfect toast, whatever you want to name it, burnt toast. So go ahead and just take out a few stacks of bread. So boop, 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 like that. And then we're also going to need an anvil. Place down your anvil, go inside of it, place in your bread, and then go ahead and rename it whatever you would like. So I'm going to go ahead and rename it toast because I don't know what else you would rename it besides toast, burnt toast, perfect toast, whatever you really want to. So I'm just going to do toast like that. go inside my dispenser, place in my toast, and that's it, guys. You are completely done. So I highly recommend, though, filling up the entire dispenser, because then you'll just have so much toast you wouldn't know what to do with it. So we're going to go ahead now and place in our flooring so we can't see any of this redstone. But guys, you are completely done. Actually, I almost forgot, placing a chest over here on the side of this hopper, so any items that don't belong will funnel into this chest. So like I said, if I throw an anvil at it, boop, it'll just go over to this chest. If I throw in a chest at it, boop, it'll just go over to the chest. So guys, you are done. So if we go ahead and just place in our flooring now, boop, 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 like that, and also place another block right here next to the dispenser. Don't worry, I will show you how to make it explode as well, but I'm just showing people in case they don't want it to explode. You are completely done. Clean up this area just a tiny bit more, so I'm going to use my acacia planks and fill in the rest of my countertop like that and like that. Oh, I almost forgot. See how it turned dark right there? You have to leave a part open back here to keep it light. So boop, just break that block right there, and as you can see, it will send light to it like that. So just make sure there's one little block opened up right here. Do not place glowstone, do not place torches. You don't want the snow to melt. If you place it too close, the snow will melt. So make sure you do not place glowstone, torches, and things like that too close, or else it will melt it. So there is our wall in the back. There we go. We don't need this piston right here. And there you guys have it. There is the working toaster. So like I said, if we throw bread at it, boop, we will get some toast. Now you can go ahead and place in, like I said, perfect toast, burnt toast, and all that, and it'll be perfectly fine. Now for the people who want to build the exploding toaster, we're going to be starting up on that part of the tutorial right now. All right, guys, so the exploding toaster is actually quite simple to do. All we have to do is just dig out this area right here. We're going to have to bring it out just a tiny bit more. We're basically going to be doing another item selector right here, except we don't need to do all of that redstone right down there, because once we set it off, everything's going to explode. So you really don't need to add in an entire new selector. So to start things off, we're going to go ahead and break this chest right here first. Place a block right here next to that hopper. You know what? Let's go ahead and break out this whole thing just so we can see absolutely everything. Just break your entire floor. Do not hit the minecart. You don't want to place that all back in. That would be very tedious. So coming out of this hopper that was facing into that chest, we're now going to go ahead and place in another hopper right here, and now place our chest over here. Then right underneath it, we're going to place in another hopper like we did there by placing a block back here, placing in our hopper like that, and then go ahead and just break it. You don't need that block. Now we basically set up everything. So now all we have to do is just add in our fork, and we will pretty much be completely done. So what we're going to have to do now is take out our anvil, and you can rename, you can use whatever you want. It really doesn't matter. You don't have to use an arrow. Just make sure it is stackable. You can't use one of these because they're not stackable and it won't work. So we're going to go ahead and just use arrows. So I'm going to take out 64 arrows, place down my anvil, place down my arrows, and I'm going to go ahead and rename it fork. So F-O-R-K. There we go. Or you can use a spoon, whatever you want. So there is the fork. Now what we're going to do is go right here into this middle hopper. Now just like over here, we're going to have 4 and then 18. So only 4 and 18. If you do more than that, then it's going to explode right away, and you don't want that to happen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 18. So place in 18 of your fork arrows right here. Boop, boop, boop. So 18 and then 4, just like so. Next up, go ahead and take out your comparators, your dispensers. We're also going to need rails for this part, so we're going to need rails. Minecarts with TNT. Yes, this is gonna get very explodey. If you want to turn off your TNT right now, it's a good idea, but things are going to get congested and it's going to look like it's going to explode at any moment. But don't worry, nothing touches, so it shouldn't explode. We're also going to need redstone repeaters, and a flint and steel. So let's take out our flint and steel. Boop, like that. Oh yeah, we're also going to need a slab. So take out a slab as well. We're also going to need some slabs. There we go. So to get things started off with this build, we're going to go ahead and take our blocks out. You know, let me use a different color block. Let's go ahead and just use yellow. So we're going to place a block right here next to that hopper. Boop, like that. And then we're going to place our redstone comparator coming out where our forks are. So we're going to place our redstone comparator coming out of the hopper where our forks are. It should come on. Next up, place a block in front of your comparator like that. And now we're going to have to dig out this area a little bit more. So dig down 3 here and 3 right here. Place a piece of redstone right here. I'm going to go ahead and switch the color out. Boop. Place a block up with another piece of redstone like that. A block over with a repeater coming out of that redstone with a block in front of the repeater. Next up, we're going to be placing in our TNT. So, you know, just be a little cautious with this. We're going to be placing in our TNT. Don't set it off or you're going to have a bad time. If you want to save the game and turn off your autosave, I recommend doing that. But we should be fine. There shouldn't be any problems. So right here next to this hopper that has our bread in it, we're going to go into sneak mode. or crouch mode. So if we're going to crouch or sneak, whatever you want to call it, and we're going to place in a slab upside down right like that. Next up, place a block right here next to the slab, a block over here, and take out your rails and place in 3 rails right here. 1, 2, and 3 like that. Now what I want you to do is break this rail, break this rail, break this block, and then place some blocks next to it. So block here and a block here like that. So now we have a rail kind of making a turn into 2 blocks. Next up, take out your minecart with TNT, and looking at the corner over here of the rail, we're going to place in as much as you want. The more, the bigger the explosion. I'm going to be placing in 5, but you can place in as much as you want. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you feel like you have enough, go ahead and break that rail. So just press it and break it like that. Do not touch it. Do not touch it. If you touch it, it might move and it might explode and you're going to have a bad time. So do not touch that. Now, coming out of that block that we have our repeater going into, we're going to take out our dispenser and face a dispenser towards that minecart with TNT. Then go inside the dispenser and place in your flint and steel, and it is ready. It is activated. If you throw the fork in there, it will explode. So just be very cautious. So now we're going to go ahead and repair everything here so it looks better. So we're going to go ahead, place in our flooring once again, like so. And I'm going to bring it out one more right here just so it looks nicer. So boop, 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 and boop. Like I said, if you throw a fork in there, everything's going to explode. So here's our fork. And I'm just going to clean it all up. Even though I'm going to explode it, I want to clean it up because I just like making everything look nice. I'm going to place in some more acacia planks right here. Boop, boop. And it's not even. So I'm going to be, it doesn't make sense. I'm just going to be blowing it up, whatever. So we're going to go like that. So like I said, this thing is primed and ready. So if I throw bread in there, I will still get my toast and it will not explode. So if I throw my bread in there, boop, I got my toast right there. And then if let's just do it one time. Boop. See, there goes my toast. If I throw anything else in there, it will not do anything. And then, of course, if I throw my fork in there, here we go. If I throw my fork in there, everything explodes and we're going to have a bad time. But there you guys have it. That's how you build a working toaster / exploding toaster. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Stay tuned with my newest videos. All right, guys. Boop. Peace.